Also, when I do have my computer, the ability to, we're trying to get the podcast out on more platforms more consistently. But for the news everybody needs to know is basically the whole Trump thing, whether you want to get to it on the first level, which is basically there's one person decides to shoot Trump. It happened the way everyone says it did. The second level, which would be Secret Service, who are kind of controlled by the Biden administration to a certain level, were told to hold back. There was some sort of inside move against Trump that allowed him to get shot. The third level, actually something I would like to check out. I've never watched it, but I've heard it brought up a lot recently, and I think it means I should watch it. Machete with Danny Trejo. I heard Alex Jones talking about it. People always that's one of the things people always get Alex Jones on, where they're like, he said Machete was going to start a race war, and I don't actually know if he did, but regardless, that's kind of what a lot of the things that are apparently that movie is about are sort of going down right now, as in that's probably the next step of this thing. The whole Trump thing is sort of a catalyst to just bring in more political tension, more, let's get the Christians and Muslims going. Let's get some race stuff going. The Olympics are coming up. The elections are coming up. It's a good time to really pull people's energy in, like they do at high-level Freemasonry. As far as I know, the idea is you create a problem, you know what the people's reaction is going to be to it, then you bring in a solution, and it's, or you kind of sneak in a solution. You go, hey, this is what you guys want. Here, we have the answers for you. We'll make it all better. And that's sort of what they're going to do. And they're going to be able to do that. They're going to be allowed to do that because they've created all this violence. I guess that's basically it. I don't know exactly what's going to go down, but I would not be surprised to see a lot more state-sponsored violence, a lot more false flags this next year, and in the next couple months especially. And the way I see it, I was reading a thing that says there's a rhythm in everything, and if you can see it, you won't be caught up in it. But if you don't see it, you're going to be caught up in it, and you're going to get stabbed. That's what the book is written for. But it really applies to anything. Or the book's written for fighting, but it really applies to anything. But yeah, if you get emotional about it, if you allow yourself to be caught up in it, that was the plan all along. It was to get you ready to accept whatever their solution is going to be. Whether it's COVID or 9/11, or if it's this slow back and forth they do between the candidates or the parties to go, hey, this is the bad guy, this is the bad guy, this is the solution, this is the solution. And then eventually people are so ready to accept anything, they go, oh, sure, give us a smart wall that's controlled by the UN. Anyway, I think I got a little off track. I should probably try to keep this brief, but yeah, that's the second level. Is that, wait, where was I at? Yeah, the first level, everything happens the way the news says it is. Second level, Secret Service is told to get out of the way. We're gonna get this guy. Third level is like what happens in Machete, I guess, is that the president lines up his own assassination attempt that he knows is going to fail. He just makes it look like there's an assassination attempt on him, so, or that one of the candidates does, so that he can gain more popularity and get elected. Because Reagan, I think he got all, like, there's like one state he didn't get. What was it? Gosh, I should know this. Some northeast state he didn't get, but like after you, I don't know, somehow it does something to the people's psyche, and they, people feel like he's on their side. I don't know what level to believe this is staged at, but I'll keep going up. Level 4 is like it's staged by both sides. These are all players that are all in the same game, and they all have blackmail on each other, and they're just trying to push you in a certain direction to gather up your momentum, your wealth, your life force, whatever they want, your work, and use that for themselves and push you in a certain direction. I don't know what level that was. That was level 4 or something. We're on level 5 now, I think, hopefully. Level 5 is, and these could all, there could be a mixture of things going on. Level 5 is like, and also this could be a part of it being staged. Level 5 is like, what are the chances? That's so cinematic. A guy just gets barely nicked right in the face. What are the chances? Really, what are the chances that happens? It's either some sort of, I don't know. You make what you want of it, but what are the chances that something that's the way he gets hit? It's very cinematic. It's very, I don't know another word for it, but just nicked right across the face. Instead of missed, or instead of, I don't know, hit somewhere in the body. It's like bam, wow, that's why it almost plays into what I've been thinking about, which is the David Icke's idea of sort of a collective dream, a collective consciousness, and that you influence perception enough of the masses, and you can change reality. And that we're all putting on this dream right now, and that this country was founded by people who were like 20, and now it's being run by people who are near death. They're on their Adderall, ranting, the other one's just staring off into the abyss at the end of this dream, and it looks like the dying stages of some great organism that will probably reform at some point. But that's if that's another way of looking at the system we're living in. And then if you want to take that a level farther, real what David Icke says, where there's like, there's lizard people, and I mostly take that just as metaphorically, as there are some outside forces that are using us and playing us against each other, and somehow collecting some sort of energy from the dream that's being generated. And that regardless of what's happening, there are forces out there that are trying to use these events to steal your time and your money and your potential away. And if you get caught up in that, that'll happen. Anyway, that's it. That's all I got. Good luck. Oh, and what else was I going to say? I was going to say, and again, I may be wrong. I don't know what to think. I just gave a list of ideas, of options, and there's, infinite amount of other ones. These are just ideas too. I am holding SPXS, which is the 3 times leverage version of SPY. Holding SPXS. I'll hold that till this third angle trend line breaks down, which would probably be like below 460 or something. Right now, but you just have to look at it and see at what point in time it's at. Well, I guess it'd be better if I had a picture to show, but anyway, I'm holding that right now. In the next couple months, I think there's a pretty good likelihood that the market's gonna take a serious downturn. This is just kind of a big blow off top at the end of these huge generational cycles that have all added up, and yeah, and then I'll be buying SPXL and holding for a while. Maybe there'll be a little bounce in there somehow. Hopefully there won't just be another greater depression and they can push this down the road another few years or so. Also going to be buying more Bitcoin right now, buying a lot more Bitcoin than SPXS. I'm not going to, maybe I should say what the number I'm holding, but I don't want to influence anyone. And I could be wrong. It'd be, maybe I should have more, maybe I should have less. But Bitcoin, something to look at. I like Bitcoin, and I would probably sell a lot. And I could be wrong. These are just ideas, and you can think this might be what I want to do, and let me know if you think there's a better reasoning to do something else. I'll probably take half off at 100,000, 120,000. What else? Yeah, Bitcoin. I'm still in a bunch of Bitcoin derivatives. Is that the right word? I don't know. It's late. But yeah, Riot, Mara, MicroStrategy, in those a little bit too. I thought there was going to be another downturn in gold and silver. There still might be, but better to just, sometimes you miss out, but you still don't lose. That's all right. I've entered a little bit back into those positions, but I still think there could be another downturn. We'll see what happens, but over the next year or so, I really believe in those, and over the next 10 years, I really believe in having physical gold and silver and having Bitcoin in a cold storage wallet is what I would like to build into. I think Anthony's still in some silver, and that's probably doing well from back then. Hopefully we'll all get a group together and talk about this soon. And what I want to do is to have some podcasts like I've been doing, but also have somewhere I send a public Zoom link out and anyone can hop on and give their ideas. I think that could be very useful, or to have some sort of messaging system where people could send in their ideas, what they think's going to happen. That's it. I should have something funny or something, but it's time to get desperate. Things are getting serious. Yeah.